Hello, babies. Welcome back to the next part of your course. Welcome back to the next part of your course. My name is Sarah Ray, and I am the careerpreneur. So today we are going to be working on business plans. We're going to be working on business plans. We're going to be working on business plans. Now, with that being said, make sure you guys watch every single video. So you need to be watching every single video, and you need to be completing the worksheets that go with every single video, okay? Even if you feel like, oh, I'm just going to do a product-based emotional business, or I'm going to do a survival-based service business, I don't need to watch the product base, or I don't need to watch the survival base. You need to watch all of them, because again, like I said, I thought I wanted to do a emotional based product business. I quickly find out that wasn't enough money for me, or I just didn't see myself doing that long term, so I pivoted to a survival based business. Okay, so that's what I'm saying. So you don't know what you're going to, you don't know what you're going to like, you don't know, you just don't know. So that's why it's best for you to know everything. So go back to the video before this one, complete the worksheets, and then let's move forward. For those of you guys who have completed the worksheets and stuff, are ready to move on to the next thing, let's get started. So the next lesson that we're going to be learning today is, why do you need a business plan before you spend a dime? Okay, now that you've chosen your direction, which is either emotional or survival based, let's explore what a career business actually looks like. Because again, this course is to teach you how to turn your business, how to turn your creative talent into an actual business. Okay, an actual business, not just a hobby that you sometimes make money off of. This is an actual business. So a business needs a plan. So before you launch, before you spend, especially before you apply for funding, you need to know where every single dime is going to be going, where everything is going to be spent, and how you're going to make that money back. Okay, whether it be your money or the bank's money, but more importantly, the bank's money. Okay, because let me tell you guys a quick little story, a quick little lesson. When I got my first round of funding, I got $60,000 for my first round, not my worst. That was my worst year, but my first round of funding, I got $60,000. When I tell you I fucked that money up, like I fucked that money up because I didn't have a plan for the money. So I was like, oh, how much does this cost? How much does that cost? Just swipe and swipe and swipe and swipe. And next thing you know, all my credit cards are maxed out, and I got freaking $500 credit card payments and stuff like that because I wasn't paying attention and I was spending way too much money. And now looking back at it, my new building is way better, and I spent literally probably outside of the cost to actually get the building, I probably spent like $3,000 on creating that building. Maybe a little over that, maybe like 40. Yeah, like three. It was like three something, like almost 4,000, but it was like 3,800 or something like that on creating that whole building, right? I could have easily done that with my first building if I would have just paid attention, if I would have just shopped around, if I would have knew who I was going to do what and stuff like that, and how much everything was going to cost. I probably could have got that first building up for like $5K. Instead, I spent $5K just on paint, you guys. So that's what I'm telling you. Is like, you have to have a plan for where your money is going, or you're going to end up overspending, which is going to keep you in debt longer, which is going to mean you cannot enjoy you're not going to be able to enjoy your actual profits, because your profits are going to go to paying your bills. So that's why I want to teach you guys to be better than me and make sure you know where your money is going. Okay, so now that we went over that, let's see. Let's go ahead and jump in. So your business plan depends on your business type. So we're going to look at both paths using the example of Holly's lip gloss line, okay, that we've been using this entire course. So what do you need to plan for? There are 6 major things that need to be in your business plan, okay? If you're doing a product-based emotional business, the first of which is the product cost. So the product costs include how much does it take does it take to make the product from start to finish, everything. So whether it be like the how, like the actual product, like, so okay, so she sells lip gloss, so how much does it cost to make the actual lip gloss? How much does it cost to make the actual tubes, if she has to buy her lip gloss from another place and tube it herself? Or like if the wholesaler does all together, like how much does it cost for the lip gloss in the bottles and stuff like that? How much does everything cost from start to finish, the labels, everything, okay? And then how many does she plan to sell to actually profit? So outside of that, again, using the Holly's lip gloss sample, if it costs her $5 to make the lip gloss product, right? She should be selling that lip gloss product she should be selling that lip gloss product for $15. Okay, so if it costs her $5 to make, she needs to be selling it for $15, because again, the first part of that is she wants to double her money so she can go back and get more inventory, and then also she wants to be able to pay herself with that third $5. Okay, so the first $5 is how much it costs to make it. The second $5 is so she can flip it, so she can use that money to flip, and then the third $5 is her profit. Does that make sense? That makes sense? Okay, so now when she's going back, instead of just having like a $10 to buy, she has $10 so she could buy 2 lip glosses instead of 1 lip gloss for $5. That makes sense? So just like that, stay with me here, okay? The next thing she needs to have is her scale strategy. So what is her scale strategy? All right, what I mean by scale strategy, are you focusing on one product, or is it going to be a full line? So when it comes to me, I believe that all your projections should be no longer than 1 year, right, for your first business plan. It should be no shorter and no longer than 1 year. Do 1 year, because I'll let you know whether or not you really want to keep this business or not, right? So, because in the year, if you ain't liking it, you're going to quit. So, but you're going to transition, all right? So, is she going to focus on one product, or is she going to focus on a line? Me personally, I would, if you find that you like this, if you find that you like this product-based business, I would be implementing a new product every 6 months if I was going to do a line. So for example, if she starts off with strawberry lip gloss, she needs to be able to sell that strawberry lip gloss. She needs to give herself 3 months to make sure she's consistently selling that strawberry lip gloss, okay? So that the first 3 months tells you if something is going to work. The second 3 months is going to tell you if something is going to continue to work, right? So after that 6-month mark of her having that strawberry lip gloss is selling out, then the next quarter she can go ahead and introduce her grape lip gloss. You can understand, and so forth and so forth. Then she uses that next 3 months to go ahead and to sell the strawberry and grape lip gloss, to learn, because you're going to be learning in that time, improving in time, and then after that next 3-month mark, the 6-month mark, she should know, okay, I'm sure that this is working now. Now I can add orange lip gloss, and so on and so on, and see, like, until she reaches her 5 lip glosses, okay? Then she can start selling her bundle, right? Because you don't want to be selling too many things when you don't know how to sell nothing in the first place. You want to start selling, you want to master selling one thing first before you start to move on to the next thing, all right? So, alright, and then you need to know what flavors those are. Alright, so now if you're going to choose to go ahead and keep implementing products, you should know what those products are beforehand. So you could be, while you're selling the strawberry lip gloss, in the background, she could easily be testing other products and stuff that she wants to sell, so she can know whether they're going to work or not, whether they're good or not, whether she likes them or not. She can give them to her friends and family and stuff like that. She could put samples and customers' bags to ask for feedback and stuff like that before she's selling it, so that she knows whether or not it's really going to work. So you need to know what flavors you're going to be selling. So you should be planning ahead for that stuff. All right. The third thing she needs to do is her platform setup. Now, with her platform setup, I have a formula when it comes to the platform setups. I have a formula that I follow, okay? So when it comes to your platforms, you need to know exactly what platforms that you're going to be selling on, so that way you're not just jumping all over the place. All right? So let's go ahead and write this down. Platform. Alright, so platform setup. Alright, so now, when it comes to me, this is my formula that I use. I use whatever's been around the longest. So this can be things like, platforms that fall into that category are platforms like YouTube and platforms like Pinterest. Platforms like YouTube and platforms like Pinterest, they might seem boring to some people, but they've been around for over 10 years, 20 years, 50. I think YouTube actually been around for like over 30 years, if I'm not mistaken, but a long time. It's been around for a long time. Like, they had YouTube when I was like a kid. Like, when I was like 11, 12, they had YouTube, and I'm 30 now. You get what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is, YouTube's been around for a long time, and everybody usually know what it is. The places like Pinterest been around for a long time, and most people know what Pinterest is. Okay? So those platforms are long term. So the first thing you want to do is you want to find a long platform, one that's been around for a long time. So you got to figure out whether it's going to be YouTube or it's going to be whether it's going to be YouTube, or it's going to be Pinterest, or it's going to be another long form. I can't think of another long form, but you can Google that, do your research. So in this case, if I was Holly, I would use YouTube, and I would vlog like how I make the lip glosses, or why I make the lip glosses, or do mini commercials, or whatever she's going to do on YouTube. For me, I used to do mini commercials for my makeup company. So I would do mini commercials, and I would put them on YouTube, and then they could scan the back of the makeup palette. It would take them to YouTube, and they could actually watch the video, watch the commercial, or the short story that I put for the makeup company. Okay, so that was my marketing plan to go on YouTube. Now, the next thing that you want to do is you want to. Then I got lotion on my hands. So the next platform that you want to choose is one that you're familiar with. So your favorite platform. In my case, my favorite platform is Instagram. I could be on Instagram all day. Like, I know everybody like, oh, Instagram's so boring now. Instagram's so boring now. But I like pictures and stuff like that. I like taking pictures of myself. I like looking at pictures of other people. I love reels. I just love Instagram. I grew up on Instagram. That is my platform, right? For other you guys, this could be Facebook. Some of you guys might like Facebook or whatever. This could be Twitter. Some people really like Twitter. Me personally, I never really got into Twitter, but some people really like Twitter, and that's their favorite platform. So it could be whatever your favorite platform that you're going to be on anyway. Okay, so whatever your favorite platform that you're going to be on anyway, because again, you're going to have to be on these platforms because you're selling your items. You're going to be selling your items a lot. So since you're selling your items and stuff like that, you want to make sure it's something that you don't care about being on all day. All right, so next you want to do whatever is popping. So whatever platform is popping. So these are like fly by night. These are like fly by night platforms. Like this could be like, I know like Vine was really popular for a while. Stuff like that. Vine, they got this thing called Lemonade or whatever that could work for you. And then they got TikTok. In this case, it's 2025. Whenever, I don't know when you're going to be watching this video, but it's 2025 here. And right now, TikTok is the most popular platform, especially when it comes to selling and things that people are paying attention to. So I would use my third platform that I use is TikTok. Because TikTok is really powerful in the moment. Right? TikTok is the trend right now. We can't say that it's a long platform because it hasn't been around for more than 10 years yet. So once something's been around for more than a decade, you call it a long form. And I don't put it in my favorite category because it's not really my favorite. You get what I'm saying? But it's not really my favorite for posting, but I get on it. You get what I'm saying? So if I had to choose, I would choose Instagram. So that's what I'm saying. So my formula for choosing your platform setup is which one been around the longest. This is the most consistent. This is always going to be around, right? This is like buying real estate. Think of it like buying real estate. This is the house that you live in because it's always going to be there. This house you pass down to your family and stuff like that. This one is your favorite. So this could be like something that makes you money. So let's say you want, like, you get a multi-family home and everybody's paying like $1,500 or whatever, but your rent there, your mortgage is only $700. This is going to be your favorite. This is going to be your favorite freaking your favorite home, your favorite real estate because it's bringing you money in every single month. You get what I'm saying? So I'll just use an example of like what I mean by favorites. And then your TikTok will be your quick flip. What's your quick flip? You know what I'm saying? You want to get in and out. You don't know how long it's going to be there. It can shut down tomorrow, all types of shit. But it's going to be a quick flip. So you got your quick flip. You got your consistent money revenue, your favorite money revenue, and then you have your stable home. Okay? So you want to make sure that that is my formula. Now, with all these platforms, with all these different platforms, you want to figure out what you're going to be doing on these platforms. Okay, so when I say make a business plan about what you're going to be doing on this platform, you want to make sure that you have a plan on how you're going to go about it. So with my YouTube, if I was Holly, I'll say, okay, I'm posting 3 times a week. 3 times a week, I'm posting long videos, and I'm posting 10 shorts a day. And that might sound like a lot, but I'll have other videos explaining to you guys how you can cut up your content and stuff like that so you can schedule it across all these platforms, right? So then on Instagram, I would say I'm posting 3 reels a day. On TikTok, I'm doing 3 TikToks a day. Alright. Alright, so that will be your plan. So after you figure out which platforms you're going to use and set up, you got to figure out a plan for each of them platforms and write everything down. Write everything down. Even if you haven't started yet, you still want to write everything down. So now I know that I'm going to be posting 3 times a week and 10 shorts on my long form. I'm going to be posting 3 reels a day on my favorite platform, and I'm going to be posting 3 TikToks a day on the most popping platform, right? That brings me to my next point of what should be in your business plan, and that should be your website setup, right? Because all these platforms should have a link or some type of funnel that goes to your website, okay? Which could be ads, which could be a link in the bio, whatever, link in the description, whatever. So all this needs to go to your website. All right. Well, I'm not going to go too deep into this because this is starting to go into marketing, and I'm going to have a different course for that. I'm going to have a storytelling course for that. All right. But yeah, so that is basically that's my platform. That's my setup, my platform setup formula, okay? My platform setup formula. I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to put a visual of that in your download, so that way you can remember that. You can put that in your notebook along with your other worksheets, okay? So now, after we figured out that, now we're going to work on now we're going to figure out your website. Do you need a website? I feel like in this day and age you need a website. It's no point, it's no if ands about it, especially if you're selling products, you need a website. Because what you going to do, go on the street and sell them like listen, no. We need a website. What website are you going to use? Are you going to use Shopify? Are you going to use PayHip? What website are you going to use? You need to know what website you're going to use and how much it's going to cost you to use that website for the first year. I do have a link below. For your free website and stuff like that, PayHip. So if you want to check that out, that's fine. But yeah, so that's the third thing, okay? So now let's move on to the fourth thing you need to have, which is your marketing cost. Will you run ads? How much will it be per month? And are you hiring influencers and content creators, right? So this is getting into like, if you're going to start asking for funding and stuff like that, you have to have a budget for this. So you need to know how many ads are you going to run, like how many ads you're going to run, or how much they're going to be. And then if you're going to pay influencers. So how I would do this, me personally, if you got one product, I feel like you should be marketing at least, at the very least, your budget should be at first $30 a month, right? And this is why I say this. So, or $100. It should be $100 a month. We'll say $100 a month. So let's say we're gonna do ads, right? I only do Instagram ads at this point, so I only do Instagram ads. But, so let's say, so we're going to do it off IG ads because that's all I do. I don't really need the other ads. You can explore the other ads because you may not like Instagram ads, but I'm going to speak off experience. So I do Instagram ads. And Instagram ads, I run $30 a day. $30 a month, right? So, let me write this down. Marketing cost. Costs. Okay. So we're going to do IG ads. I like to do $1 a day for 30 days because it's 30 days in a month, right? So every 30 days I give out $30 a month for each of my units, which ends up costing me $90 a month. But I do $30 if we're talking about Holly. So she got one lip gloss, $1 a day. So that's going to end up being her $30. Okay, so at least, at the very least, you should be marketing every single day. And again, those ads should go directly to the product, not to the website. Link it directly to the product. So once they click on the ad or whatever reel that she chooses to put an ad on, that it takes them directly to the product they're trying to buy, which is a lip gloss. Okay, so that's what I would do for that. Now, when it comes to influencers, this is the rule of thumb that I would like you guys to use, because I don't use an influencer every single week or every single month, because I don't like, once you start getting content from influencers, what you can do is you can use their stuff and create ads. So once somebody creates you a video, you take that video and you create an ad from that video, okay? So I would start off with one per quarter. I would do one per quarter. So that's every 3 months. So every 3 months, we're gonna put 3 M's. We're gonna put 3 M's. So pick four of your favorite. Pick four of your favorite, and that's the ones that you're going to use throughout the year. Because once that at the beginning of the first quarter, they're going to make you an ad, and then you're going to go ahead and you're going to keep putting. You're going to use that same ad, and it's going to travel over here, right? It's going to travel over here. They're going to make you an ad. So let's say we're going to put Todd. We're going to put Kate. We're going to put Sammy. I'm just making up names. We're going to put Tammy. Right? These are the influencers, right? So every quarter, you're going to use their ad that they made you, and you're going to make a $30. You're going to make $1 a day, $30 ad. You're going to put that on Instagram. So they're real or TikTok. You're going to go ahead and use that as whatever ad platform you're going to use. In this video, we're talking about Instagram ads. So I'm going to use Todd's Instagram ad for the first quarter. Okay, so you got to figure out how much Todd costs. So let's say they each cost like $500. Make sure they worth $500 too. Like, make sure they have a lot of followers, a lot of engagement. Not like it's not always just about the followers. A lot of engagement, and make sure whatever's on their page coexist with whatever you're selling. So she's Holly selling lip gloss. So Holly needs to only use influencers that do makeup, that do their makeup online or whatever, or review makeup products and stuff like that. That's the only people she shouldn't be using Emily, who freaking reviews chairs. You know what I'm saying? She shouldn't be using Sean, who has a page about dogs. You know what I'm saying? She needs to use an influencer that coexists with the product that she's selling. Okay, that already uses products that she's selling. Okay, so now your ad budget for that would be, if they're each $500, so this would be $1,000. So it's $1,000 over here, and $30. So it should be $1,000 a year on influencers, and about $30 a month on Instagram ads. Okay, so that's just my little formula that I use. It might not be as $500, and you might be able to find you an influencer $150. You might be able to find you an influencer for $100. You might be able to find you. Me personally, I never like free. I like paying for stuff, because when you pay for stuff, you have more control over what they're going to say and what they're going to do. So sometimes free isn't always good. So that is what I have for marketing ads. So let me go ahead and finish, because I don't want to make this video too long. Alright, so now the fifth thing that you need in your product business plan is packaging and branding. You need to know who's designing your labels, how much is going, what person is going to design, how much is going to cost them. Are you going to Fiverr? Are you going to a local graphic designer? And how much that's going to cost? What's going to be your budget? Like, what's going to be your budget for the stickers, the boxes, and the mailers and stuff? So outside of like your actual product and stuff like that, how much is it going to cost you to ship it? So what is all the stuff that you need? How much is the bevel mailers going to cost? How much are your inserts going to cost? Like your thank you for shopping with us inserts, your stickers and stuff to close the bubble mailers good, your boxes and stuff like that. How much is all that going to cost? Okay, so you need to also know that. All right. And then the last thing you need to do is your profit plan. So when do you break even? How much will you pay yourself for money? And how much will you reinvest? We're not really going to go too much into this, because I actually created a numbers video. So I'm going to put the link to that video in this video. Well, not in this video, but in the description of this video, so that way it can remind you to go back and look into that. But basically, the numbers breaking down and stuff, like how much you're going to be making, how much you're going to be paying yourself, how much you're going to be saving. So in closing, that's all the things that you need in your business plan. So